Greetings everyone. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm here to discuss, or rather, walk you through on some key points for chapter 9, which is the strategy implementation. Yeah. Now the focus of this chapter is on marketing and financial aspects of implementing strategies. Okay, so in your textbook from David and Fred David, yeah, you can find this in chapter 9. And if you're recommended to spend some reading and reflection, and it take you about two days at most. Yeah. So now basically this chapter explains how to implement strategies by effectively managing market segmentation, perceptual mapping, or product positioning, financial forecasting, and research and development, and so forth. Yeah. So this is the what this chapter is about. Now, moving on to the next slide. These are the learning outcomes of this chapter. Yeah, they're quite a handful here. They're about 11. Now, what I'm going to do is briefly explain to you those highlighted in red. Yeah, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Okay, now I would like you to dedicate some of your time at your own pace, all right, to read the rest, to understand, try to read and understand the rest of this. Okay, now okay, now moving on to the next slide. Okay, just to give you a brief or a quick look on some examples of marketing issues that before we moving on to discuss the three what is this these three that I mentioned just now. All right, so these are the some of the strategic marketing issues, and these are important to very important in strategy implementations, but we will not spend too much time on this slide. But as you can see from the slide, these are just countless marketing variables, yeah, that could affect the success or failure of effort in implementing a marketing strategy. From you can see from here, from making an attractive advertisement, how to make it more attractive, all the way to performance reward. Yeah, to reward salesperson based on the right salary, what are the commissions, and a combination of salary or commission. Okay, so these are the strategic marketing issues. Now, quickly moving on to the next slide. Okay, now these are the three marketing activities important in strategy implementation. Okay, so in this Fred David's book, yeah, strategy implementation, he actually is more focused on marketing activities. Okay, so these are the three marketing activities that I'll discuss: engage customers in social media, which is really happening these days. Segment markets effectively. This is basically market segmentation, developing and using product positioning or perceptual maps, right? Okay, now on the first one, engage customers in social media. So social media marketing has become very important. Okay, important strategic issue these days. A lot of marketers or even company owners, right? They use social media to influence their consumers. So marketing has certainly evolved to be more about building a two-way communication. with the customers or consumers. It is not no longer merely informing customers about the product or service that used to be done. Okay, in the past, we tell customers, okay, this is our products. You want it or not, you get this from this location. No, it's not about this. This is sort of long gone. Okay, so marketers are more concerned about building a two-way communication or two-way relationship with consumers. So just a brief walkthrough. Yeah, as you can see from here on the numbers of users on these social media. Okay, you and I both know this. Okay, these are the social medias that are uh, consumers are so into these days. Most likely includes you and me. And these figures were documented in 2017. All right, about 5 years ago. So we both can imagine what might the current numbers be today. Yeah, Facebook, Google, Twitter, Instagram. I see a lot of you on LinkedIn, yeah, on Instagram as well, Pinterest and Foursquare. So these are just some of the examples of social media. There are many others actually. Okay, we we ourselves use other platforms as well. Okay, now in the next slide. Okay, now going back to the three marketing activities important to strategy implementation I mentioned earlier, engaging customers, of course, in social media seems to top the list. Yeah, I'm sure you agree with me on this one. But briefly, social media engagement strategy is the plan. Yeah, it's a plan by organization or marketers. What it does is it connects social media tactics to goals on social networks. Yeah, so this approach summarizes the planning, what is planned to be done, and how to achieve those plans. So, the more detailed and specific the strategies are, then the more effective it will be. So if you recall from your task, right, in conducting the your current task in conducting the IFE and EFE, or simply evaluating the vision and mission from your assignment one. Okay, so these tasks require careful scrutiny of details. The reasons for doing this is that we want to be as precise so that proper decision can be achieved. Yeah. Now, going back to this discussion of engaging customers in social media. Take for example the first one in this slide here, which is a SpaceX. Okay, SpaceX. Um, now, okay, now SpaceX, right? If you were to ask people, just anybody, to name one of the most influential and forward-thinking tech leaders of our time today, most likely Elon Musk name will pop up, right? The man behind revolutionary companies like PayPal, SpaceX, Tesla, and now he just recently acquired Twitter. If you're following the news, he just recently acquired Twitter, in which he said that Twitter needed transformation and needs to be a lot friendlier, and he wants to instill some implement some measures with less restrictions for users. Yeah, and he said that these need to be carefully looked into. Now, going back to engaging customers in social media, Elon Musk himself, he has 17 million strong followers on Twitter. Yeah, as of writing this, he has about 17 million. All right. Now, this basically tells of his global appeal. His immense social media presence has been at the forefront of debates, not only on technology, but even policies and implications of some beliefs. Yeah. So in a way, he has channeled through topics that can really generate interest and hold prominence in the public forums of the internet. Okay, so very interesting, Elon Musk. And so does the rest of the company. In here, I have listed Zappos. Okay, so Zappos, a shoe company, also engages with customers via Facebook. Okay, it does a great job engaging its audience on social media as well, and so does JetBlue or Starbucks. All right, and the list goes on. Right, the list goes on. So now what you can do is browse through these companies for more information. A very interesting process of twist and turn about engaging customers via social media, which is the in thing these days. Yeah. Okay, now going forward to the second strategy. Okay, the second strategy that is most important in strategy implementation is market segmentation. So, what is market segmentation? If you can recall from your from your principles of marketing, perhaps, yeah. Market segmentation is basically about subdividing a market into distinct subsets of customers according to their needs and buying habits. Yeah. So this is really looking into the market and really knowing, okay, which customer or group of customers would require this and what are their particular habits. So the most widely used strategies include market development, product development, market penetration, and diversification. These are the most widely used strategies out there by companies, right? Now, I will not go into details on each and every one of these strategies, but let me just pull out one, yeah, which is the product development. So, just an example, you can actually click on this one or go to this website. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Malaysia Airlines product development as an example. All right. So I actually came across this a while ago as I was browsing for information on MAS, you know. So this article was dated May 2019. That's about 4 years ago. Um, it is about Malaysia Airlines unveiling new product offerings, it says. So apparently MAS is unveiling the second phase of its brand promise of Malaysian hospitality. A new app that is called MH Assistant. Yeah. So MH Assistant is a new product of MAS. It is about offering additional features that allow guests traveling with MAS to download MH vouchers. Yeah. Um, so these vouchers can be used to experience and enjoy cuisine as well as shopping. So this is one example of a product development. Okay, now moving on to the next slide. This particular slide informs some of the rule of thumb for using product positioning. Okay, like I said, product positioning. This is also called uh, perceptual mapping. Now, just to recap, product positioning is a form of marketing that presents the benefits of a product to a specific target audience. Right. So there are some rules in doing this. Okay, these are the three rules. Yeah, look for the whole or vacant niche. So we are really so organizations need to concentrate on the niche market. Okay, which group of the market is most likely be strong for the organization. Okay, And the next one is do not serve two segments with the same strategy. And the last one is do not position yourself in the middle of the map, right? So these are just rules that comes in handy in implementing or using product positioning. Okay, now comes the third important marketing strategy, which is to develop and use product positioning or perceptual maps. Okay, so this is the same thing, perceptual map and product positioning. Okay, now so this is another method, it says. Okay, like I said, perceptual mapping is also called positioning. This term is often interchangeably used. So what perceptual map is, as stated is in this slide, yeah, in this slide is it is actually a developing schematic representations that reflect how the products or services compare to competitors on dimensions most important to success in the industry. Yeah, so this is what product positioning is. What product positioning or perceptual map means. Okay, now in other words, yeah, perceptual mapping, we can also think of this as a technique, a visual technique in designed to show how the average target market consumer understands the positioning of the competing products in the marketplace. Okay, it is actually a tool that attempts to map consumers' perception and understandings. Okay, in a diagram, like if you can see in this diagram here, right? Okay, basically distinguishing the positions of competing products, like we can see here BMW, and you have Mercedes here, and you have Chevy here, and at the bottom here you have Toyota, Nissan, right? So if you look at this diagram, right, it actually tells you, okay, the positions of the competing products in the marketplace, all right? Okay, the word perceptual comes from word perception. So here we are dealing with the consumer's understanding of the competing products and their associated attributes. Okay, so they would have okay associated attributes, meaning to say what so special about this BMW that it is so in here in the category. What about Toyota? Why is this in this position? Yeah. Okay, so this is about basically about developing and using product positioning or perceptual maps. Okay, now like I said, this is going to be so brief. All right, I have just I was just emphasizing on the three in here, and I would like for you to read the rest. Okay, to understand the rest of the key points in here. Now the remaining that you know that you be focusing on this chapter is the finance and accounting issues, research and development issues, and managing information system issues. All right. So in here as well, I put the guidelines are, and for example, finance and accounting issues. So the need for you to understand, okay, LIFO, FIFO, I'm sure you know what is that. So what is the whether to use LIFO or FIFO, short-term or long-term debts, buy or lease assets, things like that. Preparing financial budgets, determining and evaluating the worth of a business. How do you do this? Yeah. So these are the related issues in terms of finance and accounting. In terms of research and development, okay, these are the related issues. All right, emphasizing product or process improvements. Which one is it? okay, stressing basic or applied research, okay, be it a leader or the follower in research and development, and so forth, right? And the last one is the MIS, or Management Information System. Okay, having an effective management information system to differentiate successful from unsuccessful firms. Okay, this is equally important. Okay, the stronger the MIS we have in the organization, then the better we cope with competition and strategies as well. Okay, so everyone, I'll stop here. Okay, and we'll let you digest the remaining issues. Now, I will talk about chapter 10, okay, in a different recorded video. All right. Okay, so thank you everyone for listening. I'll see you in chapter 10.